It is your problem, my friend. Your problem no less than it is mine. Together, we cannot fail.
Healthcare is a human right, not a privilege. I believe that. I will fight for that.
All right. I haven't covered the LA fires recently. Obviously, I haven't done this. We've been busy, illnesses. Forgive me. New setup. We're going to try it out. This isn't replacing the show, by the way. We're still going to do the show. But this was the best tweet I could find. So the LA fires have been happening, as we all know. Global warming. I mean, it's a massive fire. I saw a tweet. Maybe I can find it. Here it is. This is the Great Chicago Fire that's taught in schools, obviously. And as you can see this is the Palisades Fire currently going on in LA. This is wild how bad this is. And a lot of people on the left are trying to be too woke and be like, well, they're rich and it doesn't matter. It's like, well, it's not like I support climate change fires because they're rich. Like, I mean, if rich people's houses are getting burned down, I don't care that climate change is running rampant and, California's going to burn to the goddamn ground. I mean, this is bad. But I'm sure we've seen plenty of coverage about how bad it is. And it's only going to keep getting worse. I mean, like, this type of stuff. I mean, Florida being freezing. I'm in Florida. I got ice on my windows, which is odd weather patterns, right? People seem to misunderstand global warming is not necessarily just hot all the time. It's odd weather patterns. When we had 2 Cat 5 hurricanes hit Florida, 2 near Category 5 hurricanes hit Florida. Milton was nearly the strongest hurricane on record for a brief time. It was colder in Florida than it was Alaska, a day ago. Yeah, I mean, this is going to keep happening. Stuff like this is going to keep happening. I mean, Australia nearly burnt to the ground a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. Stuff like this is going to keep happening. It's kind of my point. Stuff like this is going to keep happening. We're going to get floods. Texas is, going to freeze or blow up or burn down because they have an independent grid. Because they're so smart and independent in Texas. But what I specifically want to talk about is the insane racism that I've been seeing from the right. Let me sit up a little. This mic doesn't want to stay with me. I'll have to speak up. The insane amount of racisms that I've been seeing. Racisms? Racism. So I'm sure we've seen this video. Let me find this video. Okay, so I found the video from Lean Plug, which is here. Okay, we're going to watch this first for context. Okay, so as you can see, these thugs and criminals, I'm sure he wants to drop the N-word, knowing these type of people. And it's been going all over. As you can see, who raises kind of people to rob and loot homes during a natural disaster? The usual suspects are looting again. He just wants to say the N-word. These N-words or N-wording is what he wants to say. Oh, look, Kamala Harris voters. He wants to say the N-word. Looting homes of fire victims in California. Inhumane monsters. He wants to say the N-word. Actually is just a mother and some kids and friends. See if you can get this house number. Yeah, 161. Saw that right there? 161?
It's inside, it's burnt. Oh, okay, because I didn't see it when I...
161. Right? 161. They're just moving stuff out of her home. They're just moving stuff out of her house. You know? That's all that's happening. I'm literally having to hold my mic up right now. This is kind of insane. That's all that's happening. And they're, you know, one beer away. You know what I mean? One shot of tequila away from just dropping hard R on the timeline. And I mean, it's what they want to do. I mean, they want to drop harder on the timeline. But it's... I gotta hold this up. So, but I'm gonna point this out that, you know, a lot of people on the right are like, we're not racist, there's no racism, there's no this or that. Usual suspects. People are looting homes, Kamala Harris voters. Helping get stuff out of her home before it's destroyed. This 100% is race-based. I mean, we know that they're racist, right? But it's... One, like, you know, I don't want to say it. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, something about them being racist? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here. You know, it'd be easier to fight back against this overt racism if they just dropped hard R on the TL. If this guy just said the N-words are looting again, it'd be easier to fight back. It would suck to kind of regress as a society to that point. I mean, we're nearly there. Right? I mean, you know, if Trump really does, you know, run for a third term and, you know, Obama will be nominated naturally, he's going to call him, you know, Django, you know, levels of racism. It's going to be insane. But, I mean, it's out there. I mean... You have to look just below the surface. It's not even dog whistles anymore. I wouldn't even call these two definitely aren't dog whistles. These are dog whistles. These aren't. Just open and blatant. And I get that it's Twitter. People use Twitter. Jesse Waters says shit like this on Fox News. Okay? It's not just reserved... Oh my God. It's not just reserved for the worst parts of the internet anymore. It's a massive, massive problem. Yeah. So not only... Oh, they're also, you know, here. So not only are Republicans resorting to overt racism... So California is currently experiencing one of the worst natural disasters in U.S. history, and... So, you know, in terms of damage and whatnot. Not necessarily loss of life, although many lives have been lost. So they have two responses. Overt and blatant racism and DEI. I don't understand. They see horrible stuff, and their first thought is, I know what'll help. I hate lesbians. This is their response. I hate the LGBTQ plus community. That makes sense. I hate DEI. Which is, don't forget, dog whistle for the N-word. Again, everything's a dog whistle for the N-word. And I'm going to preach it for the mountaintops. Everything's a dog whistle. I've watched this video. Well, I'll play it. We can get some context. Everyone's posting it.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or, you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Okay. I don't know if that music's copyright. It sounds like the most corporate lame music ever, like off of the YouTube playlists. That last quote, kind of wild. Got a firefighter in the family. Don't think he'd ever say he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. He might say, don't put yourself in a fire. But yeah, it's my job to carry you out of a fire if you're in a fire. That's a little wild coming from a firefighter. But it is kind of insane that they're just like, oh, not white person? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Lose my freaking mind. Lose my mind. All right? So that just, you know, this is a good microcosm of what the Republican movement really is. It's, oh my goodness, horrible thing happening. I know I hate woke. That's my response. A whole lot like, oh, egg prices are up? I know. Gulf of America. Same shit. Same shit. So, it's, you know, you love when Republicans actually care about people. They care so much. Isn't it obvious how much they care? Ridiculous.